this is the local newsletter, the Roadie Weekender, based in Rhode Island. We're using it as our case study for this series of videos. It's currently for sale at $22,000 and was only founded in November 2024. So very new newsletter, valued out, I should say, a huge amount of money. Now, in the previous videos, we've talked through exactly how they're monetizing this. What I want to show you today is the sales page for this newsletter, so you can get a little bit of an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. So this is the page here for the newsletter. You can see here the asking price is currently $22,000. It's not making any monthly revenue at the moment. The reason for that is that the team that are running it are on hiatus at the moment. They have stopped publishing, which is why they're saying it's not making any money. But if you look at the previous videos that I've done on this, you will see all the different ways that this is able to bring in money that you can copy for your newsletter. So the list size is 21,600 when this was put up for sale. We can see that they've got some really great data as we scroll down here. So we've got 21,600 subscribers for the Rhode Island newsletter, 49% open rate, which is a great open rate, and a 9% click-through rate on the back end. Churn rate is super low. It's a curated weekly events and lifestyle content. So in the video we did previously, we went through one of the editions of the newsletter. You could see all the different sections that they were having within their newsletter, as well as the ad slots that they had. So they've written 29 issues on a frequency of weekly. That's their cadence. It's run on Beehive, and we've been showing you some of the great features that Beehive has. Now you can start your local newsletter for free on Beehive. If you use the link down in the description before you register, then they sometimes have offers running for people that sign up. It is our affiliate link, so if you don't want to use it, that's fine. Just go away and Google Beehive. But if you want to use that link and see if they do have an offer, then normally at the top of the page, there's sort of like a little banner, not necessarily straight away after you sign up, but they might send you promotional emails saying that you can get a discount. More recently, the one we've seen is first 3 months get 20% off. We've talked about the pros and cons of Beehive for local newsletters. Surveys and polls are massive for local newsletters, so that's one of the main features you might want to be using. They've been getting around about 300 new subscribers. The words per newsletter is about 1,200. We write our local newsletter with AI. It takes about 15 minutes, and that includes all the research. So this doesn't have to be a huge drain on your time. It says here, time to write issue 8 hours. Like I said, we don't spend that long, and we produce something that's very similar to this. If you want to learn how to set up your local newsletter so that it can take 15 minutes a week to write, I mean, you're going to have to do the setup to start with. That's going to take some hours up front to invest, but after that you can get it down to under an hour easily with free tools, and less than that because obviously we perfected a system. But if you'd like to know more than that, then go down to the comments and comment AI local newsletter, or use the link in the description and come into our community and ask us questions directly. 300 new subscribers per month is quite low at the moment, but as I said, they are on hiatus. You could get that 300 a month for as little as $600 a month invested in Facebook ads, if that's the way you want it to go. Here we've got a little bit of data, so let's just zoom in. So this is the data on the back end of the newsletter. Now I know they are using the paid version of Beehive to run their newsletter, because I know they're using the boost feature, which helps them make money. And you don't get these kind of analytics when you are using the free account. And that's another big selling point of having the paid plan on Beehive. But we can see where most of the traffic is coming from. So we've got opens by acquired source. So the open rates from people that are coming from Facebook, direct, and so on. You can see where the open rates are coming from. We've got the click-through rate as well. And then you've got the graph here to see where most of the opens are coming from. Now, if you're wondering why we've got sort of different places marked on the map that might not actually be from Rhode Island, it's going to be tourists. Rhode Island has a really big, thriving tourist community. So some people will come into Rhode Island, join the newsletter to learn about events they want to go to while they're on holiday, and then they will probably not open it again. But that's where we've got these numbers coming from, just so you're clear on that. So we can see the open rates and click-through rate data. And then we can see the unsubscribe rate is incredibly low as well. And again, people will come to Rhode Island from inside of the States as well. They'll probably visit and then they can unsubscribe. And what you can do with your local newsletter is every few months, you can just find the people that haven't been reading. You can send them a, hey, if you don't read us in the next month, that's fine. We'll delete you from our list kind of email. And then you can clean up your email list. And what that does is it helps keep your stats accurate and it helps keep them looking healthy as well. So the main traffic for them is Instagram, and the type of traffic is ads. And that's how a lot of newsletters, local newsletters grow, is ads, because the ads are just cheaper than a lot of other types of newsletters and for a lot of other types of businesses. Kind of the number that floats around is 50 cents per subscriber in US dollars. And actually, people starting out, you can get as low as 20 cents, 15 cents if you know what you're doing. So we can see here new subscribers. We can see the data here that they are active from. We can see the subscriber acquisition by day. So we can see that they were really pushing on getting subscribers in through February, March. We can see that this has tailed off through May and June. And that is going to be because they are on hiatus. Okay, this is nothing to worry about. But what it shows us is even when they're not actively pushing and trying to get subscribers, whether this is paid or organic, they are actually continuing to bring in subscribers. People are finding them through Facebook page, Instagram page, organic traffic, all these kind of places, and they are still getting some subscribers. So if we look down here on the left, we can see subscriber acquisition, and we can see where a lot of these are coming from. Okay. So we can then see a little bit more data on post sent and delivery. This is really useful information if you are going to run Facebook ads for your newsletter. You can see that 70 to 30 female male splits. When it comes to your creative, you probably want to be targeting females more. I'd have multiple ads running at the same time. You can do some that are targeted more to female, and then some that are more sort of neutral. And then 50% of are over 50. So when you're doing your targeting, I would be looking at 40 plus as an age bracket. Average expenses is $300. So they're running it off their own domain. That's a cost. They're paying for Beehive every month. That's a cost. And then this might include things like additional tools they've got on the back end, and also ads as well. So opportunities was planning on a product or service based monetization along with inbound lead inquiries. So I'm guessing this inbound lead inquiries relates to the advertising that they've got going on. They've got everything set up really nicely for that. If we go back over to the newsletter, you can see that they've got this whole advertising section, and we've been through all of this and broken it down for you in a previous video, so you can check that out. But this is basically what's going on behind the scenes. You can check out the latest issues here, and obviously you can get it within the newsletter as well if you go direct to the newsletter. Tech stack, the main one they've mentioned, as I mentioned before, is Beehive. Their reason for selling, actions required to keep the newsletter working, link curation, running through the advanced ChatGPT prompt, image creation, and then particularly automated through scripts. So that's what the skills you need basically if you were going to buy this and copy what they were doing. You don't have to have all of these skills straight away. Like I said, we're going to show you a video at the end of this one, which you can watch to see exactly how we curate events with AI tools for free. We've got our systems down. You don't have to spend 8 hours a week like they are on their newsletter. Including the stale, as I said, they're paying for their domain, graphic assets, so the graphics they use in the newsletter, you can have the same ones. High-tune ChatGPT prompts that write and form the blurbs, Python scripts that assist with graphics and asset generations for each use. And what they're going to do is, if you were decided to buy this for 22,000, then you will get some support as well. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what's going on at the back end of this newsletter and what they've been doing in order to be able to grow. If you've got any questions about local newsletters, use the comments or use the link in the description to get our community. Otherwise, watch this video here, see how you could be doing this yourself with AI tools. We'll see you in the next one.